think we're ready. I think it's good. I wish when I go to double check the stream on Twitch that it would just do it, refresh the page faster. It's the only real problem with it, because sit here for like a good 10 seconds while it reloads all the little different things. But we should be good. It says I'm up. Or rather, it says I'm not. Until... yeah. We up. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to How to Lose Video Games for one of the more dubious, dubious is probably the best word, one of the more dubious entries in the N64 library. If this menu screen looks a little bit familiar, you're not wrong, you're not seeing double. It's a borderline copy, you know, slightly different. It says Olympics there instead of like season mode. There's no Wayne Gretzky on the screen, but this is basically Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey 98. It's a completely reskinned version, and it came out about 2 months after the last one, maybe 3 months, maybe. Yeah, no more than maybe a little over 2 months. So the infamous thing about this game, of course, is this game got a deserving 0 from IGN when it came out in February of 1998. Not because there's anything wrong with the game, because, you know, I recommend Wayne Gretzky 3D Hockey 98, but they did not change a single goddamn thing about this game except for the look and the outlay and layout and, you know, making things look like the Olympics, but otherwise they didn't change a single thing. Yeah, so we should instead be doing, yeah, do this the right way and do it in, of course, you're gonna have me do THR, fuck you guys. Wow, so I can't pick Canada, Czech Republic, Finland, Russia, Sweden, or the United States. That's kind of bullshit, isn't that? So just take away all the decent teams, I guess.
Do you have to unlock them, or what?
I guess that's the idea.
That's weird.
Really shitty.
Kazakhstan!
Yeah, it can be Kazakhstan. Well, I guess Slovakia is the way to go, I guess, right? Because, see, Kazakhstan, I mean, Germany has Marco Sturm. Okay, at B I can change the lines and see what they have. Marco Sturm, I mean, they don't even have faces for the other countries, because they're not, you know, they're not NHL players. Yeah, all the NHL players come from, except for Slovakia, all the NHL players come from the other all the other countries. Canada, Czech Republic, Finland, Russia, Sweden, and the United States. That's it. That's all the that's it. So yeah, absolutely I'm gonna pick Slovakia, because there's, you know, Joseph Stubble, Peter Bondra, Ziggy Palffy, Richard Zednik, Miroslav Satan. I know all those people. Is that Pavel Dimitra? I think that's who that is too. So yeah, absolutely I'm gonna pick Slovakia. That's ridiculous. Have it be Peter Bondra. Yeah, so do this, at least I'm going to do this the right way and have this be with the Olympic setup instead of going through the stupid arcade mode with, you know, facing all the teams one by one, which is the tired way of doing it the other way. At least have a little bit, you know, embrace the only thing they actually changed about it, basically. Oh, that is weird. That's actually uncomfortable how they did that. Like, everyone hears the music, right? Did they just lay over a weird music track? Oh, that's so weird. I don't like this at all. Oh, God. Can I turn that off? Yeah, music down. All the way down. Yeah, no. No, do not have that, because that is weird. That is pointless and weird. Don't like that. Okay. Now we're back to playing Wayne Gretzky 98 with Olympic teams. That's all. Who am I playing, by the way? Is that so? This is Austria, right? Yeah, Austria. Yeah, fuck you, buddy. This is the Olympics. We just rip the fuck out of people. One noticeable difference that we do have here is that they have, by default, I assume that this was a thing that you could do in Gretzky 98, but they have, hey, there we go, they have the player names always underneath them, as opposed to, I assume you could have turned it on or off. I just never bothered to do it. There we go, 2. Alright. Yeah. This is a hell of a time. So yeah, so the thing for sports games like this, because you know, I only really did one NBA in the Zone 98. I mean, really, that game. I do not. If you're looking for a basketball game, do not get that game. It has aged really poorly. Yes, it's Wayne Gretzky Olympics. Hello, Honest Gamer Mike. For those of you who don't know, Mike does a fuckload of streams on his channel and everything. He's a partner and he's a cool dude. You go on Twitch or YouTube, check him out. He's doing a similar thing as me. He's playing all the N64 games in order. He started slightly after me, so he's a little bit behind, but we have these moments where we catch up. I've really been like hammering away at it, especially because of the games that I'm actually playing this month of the schedule. So I'm in a period to move ahead, but yeah, we're also both big hockey fans, so it makes sense that we're gonna watch each other's hockey things. But yeah, I was gonna say about NBA in the Zone. I only did one stream of that. I did one game. I played probably 6 or 7 games of NBA in the Zone, and I could not do it. I feel completely justified in, you know, calling it. Yeah, he's on Air Fighters Assault. I feel completely justified in calling it if it's something like a sports game. It just really is. It becomes work. Just you know, kind of turning on the game and playing the game and just slogging through it, and that's really what it is. I got to this point after about 5 or 6 games of that, and every game was the same because the defense doesn't work and a lot of other things just don't work. So it basically just becomes a shootout, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing any more of this. You know, I'll make it up on streams and shit when I get to a decent one like Kobe. You know, Kobe NBA courtside with Kobe Bryant. Actually, like, good games. But I feel similarly about this. I think I only did like 2 streams for actual Wayne Gretzky 98. Because it was the same as the game from the year before, and then this has a little bit different, and it's interesting to kind of look at it like, wow, they did not change anything. So I feel like I don't know how much I'm really gonna get out of this for streams, because at this point it's just watching me play what is essentially the same game 3 times, as I've mentioned before with these midway hockey games. I think the most interesting thing about them is that they wrap up. There's no midway hockey games after this. This is the last one. But we've had 3 of them before we've had any other hockey games. Which is to say that Acclaim would show up and put out Breakaway 98. Breakaway 98 is coming up later this month. I think like 2 more games we'll be on Breakaway 98, which isn't bad. Perfectly passable hockey game. Entertaining if you like hockey, like me. But yeah, all three midway hockey games came out before any of the other hockey games, which there's not a whole ton of them. There's not as many as there are basketball or baseball, but there's only one EA game. That's the weird thing. And actually, Midway did more than anybody else too. There's three of them, and there's only 2 Acclaim, 2 Breakaway games, 1 EA game. Oh shit, and that's it. Oh, Blades of Steel. Blades of Steel 99, I think it was 99, which is Konami again. After playing in the zone, I don't really have a whole lot of faith in them for Blades of Steel, because you see it a lot less, sold a lot less than the other ones. So, yeah, see. So yeah, 7 hockey games. 7 hockey games in total. Not terrible. There's a fuckload going on the PS1, as you can imagine. We never got any from... shit. We never got any from Fox. We never got any from, Huh, you know, that's weird. I'm trying to think of the other hockey games that were... Oh, of course, Sony also had their own... They had a Face Off. So Face Off lasted for about 8 or 9 years, I think. Obviously didn't get any of those. But yeah, everybody threw their hat in the ring at this point. Midway just kind of did what they did, and they did not give a fuck, and they just shamelessly released it 3 times. As I established on the when I was doing 98, I really think they toned down the scoring a lot, and I think you can still see it. It's still true. 9 goals, which is nowhere near as much as you'd ever get in the first one. The first one is just nuts, and I actually prefer it that way because it rubber bands you, but it doesn't ever really keep you from scoring when you need to. Which the other game, which 98 really did to me a lot, I felt like. So yeah, it really sucks to say, but like all these games really depend on how willing the game is to let you score. Even though it's not like when you get high scores in this game, it's just from just shooting all the time, and it's not about like how good or bad the shot was. A lot of times you can just kind of do that and just hammer away at it. It's whatever. But when you're playing an arcade hockey game and you want to keep it exciting, so you prefer it that way. I prefer this 6-5 score to the ones I was getting by the end of the time I was playing 98, which was like 4-2. I'd just be killing myself to get like a better shot than that, basically. You know, like this game kind of respects like if it was a shot in a real game. Like if you're shooting from the slot, there's a pretty good chance you're gonna be able to beat the goalie with nobody there to contest it besides him. You know, it's just you have a high percentage shot, and you don't get as much control over where you place the shot. So there's gonna be like, yeah, you probably put that in the back of the net. 98 would eventually kind of stop letting you have that. So yeah, let's take the first game. And holy shit, wow, that's a lot of shots. 33 and 30. There's 63 shots in that 6-minute game. That's crazy. Cool. So let's go up against Italy. Huh. I'm just wondering how it is, why it's set up this way in particular. It just seems like, is it maybe because I picked qualifiers and these companies, I always say companies, these countries for some reason, you know, actually have to qualify. You know, Slovakia is clearly capable of kicking everybody's ass, honestly. Look at that. With a pretty stacked lineup. Well, you know what I gotta admit I never actually do in these games because I don't see the point to it. Is I never choose to play these games in their quote simulation mode, which it wouldn't really change up a whole lot. I don't feel like the feel of the game would change that much. They make the rink a little bit bigger. They make that option to have it be the arcade size rink or the simulation size rink. And then of course you go from 3-on-3 to 5-on-5. You actually incorporate the defenseman. I don't feel like the scoring would ever change that much. It's just the way that the AI is. I I don't play it that way on the stream because I don't consider that to be the way to play these games. But those are like that's not really how you differentiate it anyway, because it wouldn't differentiate it because this is an option in every game, all 3 games that they have, so it doesn't really matter. Fuck you. Pass it to me, you piece of shit. Oh my god. One timer, motherfucker. There we go. Yeah, these guys are studs compared to everybody else. In this this piece of the tournament, in these qualifying rounds, you got Joseph Stumble, Peter Bondra, and Ziggy Palffy, like all decent goal scorers. Peter Bondra especially. I don't know this goalie, but honestly, like, and then like we established Satan and Zednik are on the second line, which I need to turn on the line changes and do that. And actually, you know what? I don't know who the other goalie is. I don't know if it's gonna be somebody I know. He didn't have a picture either. It was just two faceless goalies, as far as I can tell. But
it's a blast. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
get him.
fire, bombs away. And that's all for the first period. Italy 1, Slovakia
Cool.
3.
3-1. He's glitching out.
We have a line
Alright.
change for Slovakia.
Yeah, line change. Let's get Zednik and Satan out there.
Here's the draw.
I especially have a fondness for Miroslav Satan when he came to Boston and spawned one of the best shirts you'll ever see. Hail Satan, Hail Satan. Still, I don't have one of those shirts, but kind of. I was like in, I think I was in like freshman or sophomore in high school at the time. Definitely wanted one. It doesn't really work anymore though, so I don't need one now. But yeah, that was a good time. Because that was he wasn't on the cup team. I think he left the year before, and that's why I don't have any of his shirts. But like I got a cup. I got a cup champion shirt, of course, and everything. So. Did that say Hasek? It shouldn't have been Dominic Hasek, right? I don't know what that said for the goalie. It wouldn't be right. No, Husak. So yeah, somebody I don't know. I have no idea who that is. So the goalies are nameless to me. But you got Miroslav Satan, number 81, baby, right there. He's one of those guys that I play old hockey games, and I know exactly like what people's first lines are. Like he'd be in Buffalo, and he'd be first line. He'd probably be first line with shit, Mike Pekka. It would be Satan, Pekka, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one, but you know, I'm one of those people who played like every hockey game every year. Not every hockey game every year, but I played hockey games feverishly every year growing up, so I would know the lines, especially from this like 98 to like 2004-ish. So that's why, like, as soon as you say you put out Richard Zednik and Miroslav Satan, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly who these people are. I'm taking this team. Fuck. Still 4-3. I'm still winning.
Here's the draw.
I would remember Peter Bondra. Peter Bondra, he would be on Washington. I don't remember everybody. Hey, there's another one for me. Bondra, you'd have those teams where you'd have like Sergei Gonchar. I think Kasparaitis, Darius Kasparaitis was on the Caps at one point. Yeah, it's just these people you throw around. Joseph Stumple, of course. Yeah. Ziggy Palffy, I remember I think he'd be on the Islanders with one of the guys with the hardest names to spell, Marius Cherkowski. It's one of those names that starts with a CZ. And as I say all these people's names and realize that they have very European-sounding names, I'm like, oh my god, when I get to the other teams in this game, when I get to the other teams in this game, am I gonna see them?
Here's the draw. Wham! Power shot.
One thing,
Deflected.
I'm trying to think of who else is on there, because I remember, playing this, you know, if you'd have those, you know, Olympic teams in the hockey simulating games, like the NHL, EA NHL games and stuff. I remember specifically when there would be a team like, not like Slovakia, but more like Finland, and they'd only have one or two players, players that you know from the real teams, from the NHL teams. And that's why I was like, I would be Finland, because Finland has Hall of Fame 2017 elect Teemu Selanne. I remember, because it's Teemu Selanne, right? It's got to be. I'm gonna make sure I'm not. I'm pretty sure Teemu Selanne's from Finland. But yeah, I'd play just for him.
Here's the draw.
I think was the Hall of Fame class, I think, has Selanne and Korea in it, and they were teammates in Anaheim. Nice. 7-5. All right.
And here's the face-off.
I think it's about the time in a midway hockey game that you start to shift into defense mode and start clearing the puck,
He steals it.
just to make sure that they don't come back and that rubber band don't snap back on you and screw you. Oh, fuck you.
20 seconds left.
Intercepting it mid-ice.
The shot. Oh, what goaltending. He's hammered.
Like, I'm trying to clear this puck. I'm not trying to
10,
lay it low so that it can be caught in the neutral zone.
7, 6, 5, 2,
Oh, shit! You don't see a whole lot of goals like that in this game, the little tricklers.
1.
Yeah, suck a dick.
No good.
Alright, 8-5. Wow, that was a ridiculous one. You never see that one. You see it in Gretzky 98, and you feel blessed just to have had a goal go in like that. But yeah, wow, you never see those. Always funny to see that. I'm gonna do the last qualifier here. So we beat Austria, beat Italy. Now we're gonna beat Kazakhstan.
Tonight's matchup.
So yeah, this will wrap up this video quite nicely, and then I'll see. Hey, there we go. 4 seconds in from Peter Bondra.
Here's the face-off.
Assisted by Stumple. Very nice. Very nice.
Looking to
Boom.
score.
Nope.
Oh, beautiful save.
I haven't I don't think I've knocked any goalies into the net with the puck yet. Waiting on that one.
He shoots. He throws the puck away.
'Cause, you know, it's not like they'd ever change that.
The shot is blocked.
You can't be expected to change anything else in this fucking game.
Setup. What was he thinking?
That's why this is a 0 out of 10. It's not a new game.
And another save. Rebound. The shot. Oh, spectacular.
As I've titled the video, it's Wayne Gretzky with a haircut. There we go. 2-0. Already cleaning up.
Here's the draw. He shoots. Great block.
You'll notice the announcer has all the exact same voice clips. They have not touched it. It's almost a little bit sad when you see something in this game that's like that blatantly unchanged. I think the announcer is really what makes it. The announcer and basically all the sound design, except for the horrible music that plays over the games that I instantly silenced because it doesn't even seem like it belongs on there. That's why it was so bad. Like it's so shameless. Ugh.
Looking to score.
I feel I have to turn it back on just to get my point back across. Here's 1-7.
He stops him.
What do they stop the music? Ugh, it was playing at the beginning. There we go. Set the net on fire. No, it played at the beginning of It's still on, right? Yeah. Whatever. It's all the better. But yeah, for fuck's sake, just get back to the beginning of the video when I started the first game and they're just playing music. And it didn't even sound like it was mixed right. It sounded like it was just lazily slapped on the beginning. That was the weirdest part about it, was it felt completely out of place.
3, 2, 1.
No, okay, not that time.
For the first period. Kazakhstan 1, Slovakia 3.
Try to slap that one in before the horn.
Looking to score.
Get-
Shut down. The shot.
There,
He shoots.
You know what actually does bug me, and it bugs me in all the games, is when you do actually put the line changes on, and then it doesn't actually do it. Maybe because you're in arcade mode, but I think it's supposed to do it anyway. It never works. You have to actually tell it to. You have to go in the pause menu and actually do it manually, which is why we haven't seen enough of Miroslav Satan and Richard Zednik in here. It's just been these three guys, because I have to feel like, oh, I'm gonna go switch to somebody else and just spice things up. It doesn't really matter, so yeah, I don't see the point of doing it really, other than to talk about Miroslav Satan.
What was he thinking?
Oh, actually, speaking of Miroslav Satan, in one of the Nintendo Powers, the Nintendo Power, I don't think I mentioned this when I did the last one. In one of the Nintendo Powers that comes out with a feature on Wayne Gretzky 98, there's a little note at the very, very end of the feature where they address that people had seen their kids playing the game and there was a player named Satan. And they took it upon themselves to make a note and say, don't worry, that's number 81, Miroslav Satan. He's a real person with that real actual name. Also, he does not play on the New Jersey Devils, so that should tell you enough. That it wasn't that intentional. It wasn't that forced. I think that was the gist of what they said. It was kind of ridiculous. I just thought it was funny. I would understand because this wasn't exactly the internet age or anything like that. Hail Satan. It wasn't like you could see that and be like, he's not a real player, is he? And then just go up and look it up on your phone. So if you didn't know about hockey, you'd actually kind of be a little bit worried about it. You'd have to go ask somebody, I assume, but I don't know. I assume that the kind of people who would stir up some outrage over the name of a hockey player in a video game don't have a lot of friends. And if they do, those friends don't necessarily follow hockey. And it's just the game that they bought their kids thinking it was going to be okay to play. So yeah, I kind of understand that how it happened. I just, I still think it's fucking ridiculous.
What a setup. No good.
I think if Miroslav Satan had been on the Devils at the time, they would have been a little bit more justified. Because it would have seemed like it would have actually seemed like a really weird, shitty joke. But, no, he should have been on the Sabres, I assume. Let's ask the Sabres expert. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Mike, he was on the Sabres at the time, I assume. I don't think he was at the Sabres, not on the Sabres until he went to the Islanders? Maybe? Come at me with some knowledge, Sabres expert.
The
Get some.
That was tremendous.
Yeah, Sabres.
Lights out. A fight is broken out.
Hey, a fight. Oh, and they're gonna play some weird music over the fight that doesn't really fit. Yeah, that's where we got all the Hail Satan shirts from, is his time in Boston. I assume he went to the Islanders in between, because that would have been a really, really long stint on the Sabres
And here's
before he went to
Minnesota.
the Bruins. Because I don't know where he went after the Bruins, but I don't think it was the Islanders necessarily. But he was definitely there when I was in high school, which was like 7 years ago now. Shit. You ever just have that, babe? You just ever have that? Like, I was in high school this many years ago. And that's terrifying.
I graduated 7 years ago.
You graduated 7 years
Get
ago.
out of here.
Yeah.
You don't
I
get to
graduate-
talk to me about being old.
I graduated 5 years ago, yeah.
You don't get to talk to me about being old.
He was on the Penguins? That sucks. That's gross. I don't like that. So was Jerome McGinley. And I love Jerome McGinley. So, I don't know how I feel.
8, 7, 6, bombs away. He does it. Rebound. The shot.
Mike graduated 11 years ago. Whatever.
Slovakia, 7.
You're also getting married. You're getting married.
I know somebody who's a year younger than me that's married.
Yeah. Cool. 3-0. Okay, so it's like a finals round. All right. So yeah. Now we take on the real deal. We play Canada, USA, Sweden. Yes, Mike's getting married in 10 days. Congratulations. Everybody say. Yeah, now it's so happy marrying. Canada, USA, and Sweden, the real heavy hitters, coming up. But yeah, so that was the first round, playing against some of the basically the jobber teams. Realistically, nobody would have been beating Slovakia in one of these. You saw the roster. But that's a bit of Nagano Olympic hockey. I think the next time I come back for this is just going to be this finals round, Canada, USA, Sweden, and take home the gold. Because, I mean, there's 4 teams in there. It's very likely... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Whatever. There's 4 teams in there. I assume that 3 of them are going to get medals, and I'm probably going to be one of them. I might not go 3-0, but I'll probably be one of them. So that'll be cool. Thanks for watching this time. This is actually going to be a really not a lot of gameplay in between, because I've already played the shit out of this series. I'm gonna play a real legit like run through of the Olympic mode, and that's what it's gonna be. So that'll be up soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.